Hi all, welcome. I think we are fine to start, I believe, right?
Yes, we can start.
Okay. So hi all, good morning, good evening, good afternoon to all going to listen to this, to this from different parts of the world and going to listen to this on YouTube. So this is the topic about black magic. So this topic itself is a kind of interesting topic. There are a lot of mysteries about this particular magic, black magic, and as most of you may be aware that it is practiced all around the world, starting from America, Africa, and Europe, Asia, and APAC region. Different wherever you go, there is some sort of black magic, and they have their own way of doing it, understandings, beliefs, various aspects of it. But the underlying principle is the same, the intention is the same, impact is almost same across around the world. So let's talk about what is black magic. Okay, today I am going to answer a few of the most popular questions, like what is black magic? Is it really true? Is it there? And does it work? And is it a myth, or it is actually happens? And why it is done? Why people do this? And also questions like how it works. Is it scientific? Okay, does it work for all people? I'm a kind of very religious, spiritual person. Does it work on me? Okay, so could be questions like that. And who does it? And where it is done? When it is done? Okay, and also how it is done. People want to know the nitty-gritties of it, how it is being done, and all that stuff. And what you can do if you're at the receiving it, what are all the options that you have, what you can do when how to know about you're at the receiving end, something is happening for you, and how to respond to it, and what are all some of the things that you can do for yourself, and how to avoid this. Is it possible to avoid or tamper this down? And also what are some of the legislations, laws that are available around the world? So these are all some of the questions that I'm going to address during this 35 minute session. So let me talk about some of the examples. Let me give few examples. Okay, 70-year-old girl going to a school and friendly with people, and there is a tiff between the students, and one of the students start targeting the student, and over time she start falling sick, become difficult to go to school, and difficult to walk, feverish most of the time, and there are symptoms of something happening. And one day it so happens that she's along with everybody sitting in the evening around 7:30, and all of a sudden she gets up, nobody notices her, and goes to the terrace and goes to the edge of the terrace. Luckily, one of the family person identifies that she's not around, and she searches everywhere, and one of the family member runs to the top, and she sees her at the edge of the building. That's a 7-story building. So fortunately they were able to pull her back and take it back to her house. When asked, she says that I don't know anything. I was sitting here and I have no idea that I walked up and I was going towards the edge and about to fall. She has no idea. That's one example. Let's look at other examples. Around 43-year-old businessman, mid-scale businessman, competitors target him, start falling sick, stop going to the business office, and then one afternoon he and his wife alone at home, and wife goes out for some household work. This person sitting on his cot and gets up and takes the rope and put it onto the fan and hangs himself. And After a few minutes, probably half a minute or 45 seconds, wife happens to come inside. She's her husband hanging on the rope and lifts, holds his leg and lifts him up, shouts, people come and take him out. He survives and is doing well. Next example, 16-year-old Bharatanatyam dancer, topper in the school, wants to do well in life. All of a sudden falls sick, unable to study, unable to focus, and unable to sleep. She used to sleep for around 8 hours, cuts down to her sleep for 1.5 to 2 hours every day, and unable to stops communicating with people, start shouting at everybody, start quarreling with people, and starts harming herself, taking a blade and cutting her hands, wrists, and it happens, and everybody is worried. Finally, they take the support, and she's back to normal, doing well in life now. Next question, next example, 45-year-old businessman, turnover of around 800 to 1,000 crores, business owner, has a tiff with his business competitors. Somebody targets him, and over time, people start giving him, the temple prasad, call it as some of the items that they give in temple considered as sacred. People start giving to him, bringing it to his office, giving to him in terms of what he can wear it on his head, and also some of the food items that he can take, like prasad and tirtha and things like that. And over time, he becomes, indecisive and not able to take decisions, taking wrong decisions, and the finances turn around. Construction business, that most of the transaction happens in cash, gets stuck, and to compensate that, he takes money from people, and for a short term and high amounts and high interest rate. Money gets stuck, interest going, keep increasing. He's unable to do his business, and his projects will stop. And one lady enters into the office as a client, and she moves around, and when wife calls from home, people say that he's busy in meeting. He has told not to connect anybody. Wife has no access, and happened to see this lady going around, and there is a fight at home. He starts spending more time in the office. The whole life that was a happy married life with 2 kids turns around in just 4 to 6 months, and he starts falling sick, start coming late to home, and incommunicative, all that. And one wrong day, unfortunately, get kidnapped, and after a few days, he is found dead. And police take that as a suicide, and case is still on, and it is still considered as suicide. Okay, so that's another example. Next example, there is a student who wants to study, doing well, and gets into, all of a sudden loses interest in the studies, gets into games. You know what game I'm talking about in last 2 years. Gets into games, completely into it, stops going to school, and start demanding the game station, and which is expensive, and fully into games, not studying, not sleeping, not taking rest, not good terms with family members. And in the path of recovery, they take support in the path of recovery. These are a few examples, friends. So this is the kind of impact that people have when they are at the receiving end. And So sounds to be interesting as long as you are not into it, but turns very ugly and very challenging when you are at the receiving end. Let's look at some of the details of how black magic works. Let's look at what is black magic. Okay, why it is called as black magic. Magic is a technique. We all know magic, right? It's a technique by which they do certain things that you cannot understand. That means it is beyond your senses. Okay, the technique which is not understood by our five senses, our eyes, we cannot see certain things happening, we cannot hear, we cannot smell, we cannot taste, we cannot feel. So things happens, beyond this, that's called magic. Somebody makes things to disappear, some makes things to appear, some make, turn, animal into human being into animal. And these are all some of the things that our senses can't understand. Okay, that's called magic, right? That some of the activities that happens beyond our senses is called magic. And black, it is called as black because it is done for a evil intention. It is done with an evil intention to harm people, to impact people. Okay, so that's why it's called as black. So it is called as black magic because some of the actions that are done, which is beyond our, in technique, beyond our senses, we cannot understand in our normal senses, and it is done with the evil intention. Okay, so it is essentially directs to an invisible energy or a power towards the target. It's about targeting or focusing invisible energies or powers towards the target. So that's about the black magic. So now I think somebody's started writing on the screen. I see some scratches happening. I already see the impact of the topic that we are having. Okay, so all I wanted to say, I'm not doing it. It is happening, or somehow something is happening around. It's okay. It's very appropriate to the topic. So why it is done? Why people do black magic? Okay, so it's basically done to create an impact bigger than oneself and remain unknown. Okay, so some of the people, if you want to, if it is authoritative or if it is a a highly placed person, or I cannot go and hit him. Okay, so I can't do that. So he's bigger than that. So I want to use some energy which is bigger than him so that I can push him down. Okay, so it's about to create an impact bigger than oneself and also to remain unknown. So if you go and kill people or hit people, then you can be put behind the bars. Okay, but if you impact people remotely, then there is no evidence. So you can remain unknown, but you can ensure that impact happens. So that is one of the powerful reason why people choose this, so that there is no evidence to it. Okay, there is no evidence in the law of court, so that, and it can be done from a distance. Okay, people sitting in Delhi, they can do it for the person who is sitting in somewhere in Hyderabad. Okay, or person who is sitting in India can do to a person who can do who is in US, or vice versa. So it can be done, okay, from a distance, invisible, and the impact is very clear. Okay, so that's one of the main advantage or disadvantage or a reason why people get into a black magic. Some of the reasons are like to settle hostility, enmity, jealousy. I don't like that person, I can't go and tell him or her in upfront. So people can use this particular technique. And to gain power or energy, to become supernaturally strong. Some people are behind this supernatural powers and energies. That's why they use this. And to get money, property, wealth, treasure. Okay, treasure hunting using black magic is one of the greatest stories that we have heard all the time since we were kids, right? So it spreads to wealth and property and money, all that. So to gain that, and to win disputes, court cases. Okay, this will be used to make the person weak. Okay, on the other side, to retaliate and take revenge. If people are defeated, affected, okay, they want to retaliate, take a revenge. to pull down others in competitive situations, especially when people in business or in organizations, when they are rising, they are highly competitive. There is, other people do not have that competitive edge to compete with them. So that's why they use these kind of methods to pull them down. People do it because of superstitions. People believe certain things, that certain things can happen by doing this. Okay, and because of that they do it. And also people do it to save, beliefs, faith, religion. They think that whenever there is a threat to the faith they believe and religion they believe, they also do this to protect wealth and wealth, place, people, energies. It is more of a positive way of doing it, but people also do it in a negative way to block people, places, and energies. Okay, these are all some of the reasons why people do black magic or get into black magic. How it works? Let's look at how it actually works. So now, when we look at a human being, we are not just what we see from outside. Actually, there is a whole mechanism inside which makes us to operate the way we are operating. For example, my favorite example is about aeroplane. Aeroplane is not just the tunnel and the wings and the tail. There is a whole technology that works, hundreds of technologies that are embedded together in the aeroplane that makes it fly. Similar way, the human beings are made with lot of different technologies inside. That's why we are what we are, and the kind of resilient and the powerful people that we are, creative people we are. So there are many things. Let me, these are the few things, like there are sapta dhatus that we are made of. There are, 107 chakras. There are 7 main chakras, prominent chakras, and there are karmendriyas, there are panchendriyas, and there are tanmatras, and there are pranas. There are 5 pranas that will give energy to us, panchakoshas, panchabhutas, and mind, and modifications that could happen in the mind, and 3 different gunas that people operate from, 3 different kalas that operates within us. So these are all some of the few things that we are not even aware that it exists within us. In the black magic, they target these areas. Okay, for example, let's take a look at pancha pranas. There are 5 pranas. Okay, prana, udana, vyana, samana, apana. Okay, and if they cut down these pranas, you won't feel energetic, you won't feel hungry. Okay, you will not be able to push off certain things out of your body. You will not be able to breathe. Okay, you will not be able to digest. So these are all some of the things that these people are aware that exist in our body and target that. And let's look at deeper into this. How it works is, this is our body, and there is an energy body around us. There are chakras and various other things. There is energy body here. Just to give an example, if a new person comes to you, okay, if they are standing 3 feet away from you, you are comfortable. How do you feel if they come just to stand in front of you, just a half a feet away? How do you feel? You feel invaded to your privacy, right? So why do you feel that they have not touched your body? Why do you feel that? Because they have they have invaded your privacy of your energy field. Okay, they have come very close to your inner energy field. That's why people automatically they take a step back. Okay, they stand away, right? That's what we usually do, knowingly or unknowingly. So that is how our prana is around us. It is spread around 3 to 5 feet. Okay, in a normal healthy person. And if there is people who are doing sadhanas, they can spread it for longer distances. And what happens is, when people get sick, their pranas looks like this. It's like it is not completely healthy. It is cut. There are marks there. There are tunnels created around. Okay, so that is where the negative energies can be pushed into. When the healthy person, okay, it is completely closed and it is protected, and external energies cannot invade inside. But when the sick person is there, it is unevenly spread energy. and there are a lot of holes and cuts in that, and this is where the path into yourself where other energies can enter. And what they do is, this is the Kirlian photography. This is our energy body, and this is how our energy body is around us. There is a, if you take a Kirlian photography, this is how it looks. There are energy field in us, and if you look at, there is a healthy aura, there is a strong aura here. But when people get sick, it becomes like that. Okay, there are holes, patches, cuts in our energy field. Okay, and this is how, this is when the target energies get pushed. And this is like good, this is the affected energy. See, there are cuts here. Okay, it is not evenly cut. There is a open here. This is more energy, less energy here. There are red energy here. Okay, and when they get healed, okay, energy get corrected over here. Okay, so the red will become green. So in this way, there is two parts of it. One is your energy can be weakened, or your energy can be reduced, or they can drill hole into your energy field, and other energies can get in. So that's how they play with our energy field and start impacting. Okay, what are all the different kinds of impacts that people can have? Is there are 5 different major impacts. This is the definition of World Health Organization about health. Okay, health is about physical, psychological, financial, social, and spiritual well-being. Okay, and it can impact any of these areas. Physical, creating pain, accident, self-damage, that's called suicidal tendencies. And psychological parts, thoughts, emotions, altering that. Financial part of it, loss of money, business, all that. Social well-being, being away with people, fight, arguing, disagree, sensitivity, all that. Spiritual well-being, that you don't practice certain things that to make yourself internally strong. When these are all some of the experiences of the target. Okay, I have written as much as I could. Some of the important things, I will take 2 to 3 things in each of this. One is about weakness. This is the first thing that people feel, that they started feeling weak. Okay, and dull, and energy levels come down, and they fall sick. Okay, and some of the other things, especially young women, they started, there have been instances where people started, somebody invading them, when they are asleep. Okay, and so that's the kind of experiences that people have. And also people start to lose more blood during cycles, and these are all some of the challenges that the people have. And you may all of a sudden see people start smoking, drinking, having non-veg and drugs, which they are not used to earlier. And people start to eat more. Okay, like 3, 4, 5 people. Okay, the quantity of food that 2 or 3 people can eat, the 1 person can eat. And the other thing is the food cycle, that they have probably eaten 2 hours back, and they feel hungry, all hungry, and they eat again. So every 2 to 3 hours they eat as much as they used to eat earlier, 2 or 3 times a day. So the pattern will change, because all these energies need more more energy in the body, start consuming more food through this person. Okay, and this is the physical activity, physical impact. The second thing is about, the second bullet point is about the emotional impact. So people start feeling depression, and feel anger, or they become dull. Excuse me. So they have illogical expectations, like, come to my house in next 5 minutes, which is impossible. Okay, or complete this particular activity by tomorrow morning, which is impossible. Okay, so it's like that, they become illogical. And fears and phobias start happening. They start seeing the figures, pictures, and snakes and things like that, all of a sudden, which is not there. Or if they see a particular person, they start calling somebody else. And they see a curtain, and they see that somebody is standing here. They see the rope and say there is a snake here. Okay, these are all fears and phobias start to happen. the sleep cycles will go down. There are many things that happens. And the third thing is about income related stuff. Money wise, people start becoming poor. Okay. And most of the poor people will have this kind of challenge. Okay. And social behaviors change, litigation starts, quarreling starts, people start creating, questioning unnecessarily, all these things starts. Okay. So these are some of the experiences that people have. Please go through in this in detail when you have time. And how it is done. There are three ways that people do. One way of doing it is using mantras. There is a power to a mantra. Mantra is a shabd. There's a language arranged in a particular fashion, in a scientific fashion. So when you utter those words, that language, it has its impact. That's called mantra. So supernatural powers. There's some people will have certain siddhis. So they use that to impact. Third thing is about using paranormal energies. This is the most popularly used method. Paranormal energies. We call it as souls. Wandering around, and they capture and they direct. They capture, torture, and direct. So that's how it works. And who does it? Men and women. Both people do. There are more women and more men. People who do this in different part of the country in the world. And people who are trained over generations. This is a knowledge. If it is being used for creative and positive purposes, this can create a huge impact to the society, positive impact. But unfortunately, they use it for wrong reasons. This knowledge has been passed on from one generation to another generation. Professionals, some people learn it completely and they use it. Okay. And for living, people may not be professionals completely knowing it, but for living, they do it, half-baked knowledge. They use their half-baked knowledge, but whether they do it right or wrong, the impact will be there in a big way or a small way. Okay. Some of the techniques they use is they use the specimen method, personal items of the target, taking your cloth, especially undergarments and nails, your hair, and your tear and urine and things like that, your personal items, and they can do it. Earlier photographs were not there, now it is widely used, and they can use your signatures to identify. It's basically identifying a unique person, unique identity. That's all they want. Okay. If they get any of your unique identity, they can do it. Your Gmail profiles, your photographs, your family photos are easy targets. So anybody can take your photos and they can play around with that. Planting receiver objects. Okay, giving certain things like I brought this yantra, or it's a photo from this religious place, and and use it and put it in your house. It will be good for you. And take this gift. They give it, so that they plant some object receiver in your place, and it is it is covered with mantras and energies. It will start become a receiver, and when they send energy from there, this will receive. So it's a in technology we call it as a client server environment. There is a client at the user end and the server at the central end. That's how they start using it. So now administering food, liquids, holy items. Okay, so it's like a daily dose of prasad, liquid, tirtha, and holy items and things like that. That's how every day or frequently they start to give it, and then they can direct energies there. Breaking selected items on the head. It's like one popular method is breaking an egg on the head. Okay, and breaking the coconut on the head, not on your head, but break it above your head so that it will fall on your head. Okay, and especially during Holi and some of the parties, breaking the egg on the head is a very popular play, but be careful. Okay, it could be taking you in a wrong way. And another thing is about doing pujas at the name of prosperity. People say that, oh, you are going through something. So I know some people who can do puja and they can create prosperity. They can ward off all those problems for you, and you invite them and do puja at your home, and the things will become worse. and you keep wondering what happened. I did everything right, but things are now going bad or worse, but things have not gone right. So that's how it is. So these are all different ways that people can do it. And where it is done, normally done in open areas, graveyards, houses, places of worship. I'm not using a word temple here, but it's a places of worship. They can call it as a places of worship, and they can use this. Okay. When it is done, normally it can be done anytime. Okay, but normally in India, as I have studied, they can do it on Tuesdays, Fridays, and Saturdays. Okay, and also on a new moon days. Amavasya day, that's the most widely chosen day, and usually they do after dark, after evening, and till 2 a.m. Because according to Panchangas, the next day starts after 2 a.m. Okay, so they do it. 2 a.m. is called Brahmi Muhurta, and it's called as, after that, it is considered as a early morning. It is not the night. The morning starts from there. So usually they complete their activity by that time. So now how you can know and what you can do is, we are already told what are some of the symptoms. Be aware of that. Keep looking into yourself. Once you see the symptoms, you will get to know something could be happening, and talk about that. Okay, some of the experiences that you go through, talk with your confidence. Okay, your family members or your friends who are confident in you. Okay, and what you are going through experiences, when you communicate, then it is outside of your system. It will help you psychologically. Okay, continue to communicate what's happening. Most of the time people stop communicating. That itself is one of the symptoms of something is happening. They become less communicative or no communicative. Okay, watch out for these kind of behaviors, and tell yourself that you are fine. When you get to know that something is going on, tell yourself that you are fine and you are protected by divine powers. Okay, so there's a verse that say that pashyama sharadashatam shunuyama sharadashatam. Okay, like I will see for 100 years, I will listen for 100 years, I will speak for 100 years. It's like that. So give your positive affirmations to yourself that I will live, I will fight, and I can deal with this. Okay, that will enhance your energy within, and it will become difficult for the outside energy to that extent. And talk to the energy source of your issues, and tell them that they are not needed. Actually, you can speak to your problems and say that I don't want you, I don't need you, you go away. You can speak to them as if you speak to human beings. Okay, and the more you communicate to them, they at times there are certain situations where they become weak. Okay, and the moment they get to know that they know of this person knows my existence, they become weak or inactive. Okay, to that extent. So it works to some extent. Okay, you can use that. So talk to the energy. Okay, listen to some of the things like Vishnu Sahasranama, Rudram, Hanuman Chalisa, Lalita Sahasranama, at least once or twice a day. It will create positive vibrations. Okay, in the house and within you. And different cultures and different religions, different regions have their own way of positivity, positive sounds. Listen to that. And next thing is, request your family god, divine forces that you believe in. Okay, some people believe in their gurus and family god. Request them to take away all these challenges and issues and help them. Okay, they're all, all these energies do help. They come and help you. Okay, either they may take away. If they cannot take away the things, at least the impact of that get diminished, or they can give more energy to you to overcome the situation. Okay, and take support of energy healers. There are many energy healers. Take support of them. Okay, and stop taking many major decisions. Usually when people are targeted, their decisive abilities comes down drastically. Don't take major decisions, and consult people and take their opinion and then take a call. Okay, so these are some of the things. How to avoid: being friendly, forgiving others, apologizing for mistakes. These are all the basic behaviors that you can activate, which we do not have. Most of us don't do this. Okay, and we think that it is called, we have all our egos, right? If somebody says do it, and why, how can you say to me that you do it? Okay, so give me respect. We have our egos. Wherever there is a ego, okay, there is the easy, you are a easy, then you are an easy recipient for this kind of situation. Excuse me. So, and forgiving others, not getting continuing fights with them. If somebody does wrong, you don't need to go behind them forever. Just forgive them, disconnect. That's fine. Apologizing for mistake. If you do some mistake, apologize, accept and apologize. And so that things will become okay. So that you won't give any opportunity for other person to, continue that jealous or, all bad feelings about you. Sattvic food. This is one of the things. The sattvic foods, just cooked foods. Nowadays, people cook in the morning or in the night, put it in the fridge, eat it in the morning, okay, and cook in the evening and eat it in the morning. So that is not a good thing. So it is a low energy, negative energy food. So cook, and before it becomes cold, have that. When it is hot or a semi-hot, have it and complete it. That is the best food to have. Fresh food, fruits, vegetables, having it raw, that will give a lot of energy to you. Okay, your energy body will become very strong when you have that. And all these alcohols and non-vegetarians take away your energy, drain your energy. Okay, so usually vegetarian food, and especially in that sattvic food without garlic, onion, things like that, they are called as sattvic foods. Have more of that. Okay, keep your body strong. Do Surya Namaskaras, yoga, and one important thing that you need to add here is about dhyana. Okay, dhyana is about meditation, and when you do dhyana, A, you conserve your energy, B, you enhance your energy. Okay, Surya Namaskar is a physical exercise that itself contain multiple different asanas. If you just do Surya Namaskar, you don't need to do any yoga postures. Just do Surya Namaskaras, okay, 11, 18, 21 Surya Namaskaras, morning or in the evening or both times, okay, that will enhance your energy, take away all the stuff. Yoga, okay, if you have learned yoga, you can do that. Meditation, dhyana, okay, you can do that. Then you need to do that, rather. Enhance your energy, prana. Prana Shakti need to get enhanced. Do pranayama, breathing exercises. There are simple breathing exercises that you can do, 3-4 exercises, 5-10 minutes you can do every day, morning and evening. That will enhance your prana. Mind, okay. Leave tajo, ramoguna, tamogunas and rajogunas. Tamogunas are like, you want to harm people, you want to kill people, you want to, take revenge. Those are all tamogunas. Just leave that. Rajogunas, it's like I want that, I want this, I want her, I want him. These are all some of the things. Those are all rajogunas. Leave that. Practice sattva gunas. Sattva gunas is essentially is about I will be fine, others will be fine. I am good, others are good. Okay, and I won't harm myself, I won't harm other people. Okay, that is how, if you start looking at life, then the opportunities for giving opportunities for people to do this kind of stuff, will get reduced to a large extent. Then intellect, from your thought process, okay, be truthful. The more you lie, every time that you lie, you lose your energy. Okay, in most of the hypnosis training sessions, if you see those videos in YouTube and when you attend, whenever you lie, your energy falls down. Okay, they can break they can flex any part of your body and your mind. Okay, that is why we call it as always tell truth, because your energy won't get lost. When you lie, your energy drops at that point in time. The more you lie, more frequently your energy starts dropping, and people will have opportunities to invade you in the sense, invade your energies. Doing good to society and having a good nature. These are all the intellectually you can think good about others and good about yourself, good about society and nature. You can do many things for growing trees and planting and help people, all that. The more you grow trees around, okay, that will have positive energy. Okay, so that's why people, when they want to practice certain things, do sadhana, they won't live in the cities anymore. They go to a place where there are more trees and they start spending there. There are a lot of energy there. Okay, and experience, keep yourself happy, peaceful, relaxed, loving. Okay, some people think that they should not feel happy, and they won't they feel disturbed when they see others being happy, peaceful. Okay, So those are all tamogunas. So you have to get rid of it. Keep yourself happy all the time. This life is about being happy, not for anything else. Okay, loving, relaxed, peaceful. Look into all these aspects. Okay, so there is the last slide. And there are certain legislations in every state, in India at least, and some of the other countries also have certain legislations to stop these kind of practices. But legislation is a legislation. If you find anybody red hand, you can, give a complaint, and they can, can be arrested and prosecuted. All that, there are provisions in the law. Okay, but internal experience is what you need to address in a practical way. Okay, so these are all the quick things about black magic. There are basic questions like, is it really there? Yes, it is really there. Does it really work? Yes, it does. Yes, it does. It does work. And how it works? Yes, you are an energy body, and they can invade you, and they can do that, and so it actually works. But be on the other side of it. Don't get into this kind of situation. And when you think that when you in this kind of situation, you are inside of this situation, take support, as I told, and then it is possible to come out of this, stop things happening, and go with normal usual life. It is possible to come out of this. So with this, thank you very much for listening to it. Go through this content once again at your leisure, and be alert. Keep looking at what's happening around you. Do good to people, so that good things can happen to you. Thank you very much.